Today, what we're going to be doing is we'll be looking at one form of Neo-Aramaic or Modern Aramaic. And so today we're going to learn how to say hello. And literally the way it's going to come off is literally is as peace to you, peace to you. And so what we're going to be learning is that the word shlama means peace. Shlama means peace. And anybody who speaks Hebrew or Arabic will instantaneously recognize that this word looks like shalom. In Chaldean, which is Neo-Aramaic, a form of Neo-Aramaic, we're going to have shlama, and the stress will go there. And I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Hebrew will have shalom, whereas Hebrew has that O vowel, Aramaic's going to have that A vowel, but they share the shin. Whereas in Arabic, we're going to have the word salam. And so Hebrew and Aramaic, Chaldean here, will share the shin, but Arabic and Aramaic will share the A vowel. Hebrew has an O vowel there because of the Canaanite shift. Okay? And we'll talk about that rule some other time. But all that to say, what these three languages have in common is that they have a sibilant. So we're going to call it, a sibilant is an S-type letter, S's and Z's and sheens and all that. An L and an M. And so they're all built on the same root. Okay? They're all built on the same root. And so if you have a little bit of Hebrew or a little bit of Arabic or a little bit of Biblical Aramaic, perhaps, you're going to find that learning Chaldean is not going to be terribly hard. Okay, now, the way I plan on doing things here is that we're going to, generally speaking, I'm going to give you the Chaldean script, okay, along with the transliteration so that you can learn both. Now, one of the things I should mention up front, and today's going to be more of a preliminary lesson. We're not going to cover a lot of grounds, but we're going to cover a lot of background, and that's going to be essential. So let's see. So for Syriac, the Syriac language family to which Chaldean belongs, there are three main scripts that are used throughout its history. And the one I'm going to be using is an Eastern Aramaic script that is used in the textbooks that, that I use for studying. And you'll see them used throughout the church. But when you, like I have here on my desk, the basics of classical Syriac, and it's a good little book. I'm always, a little hesitant with, people who are non-native speakers or not immersed in it, but it's still a very good book. And what you'll find is that, there are different scripts that are used. And so the one that is used here, so the Estrangala, is going to be a little bit different from the one that we're using in this book, but it's going to be very similar. And, the reality is if you're going to study Syriac, you have to learn three scripts, and that's just kind of all there is to it, okay? All right. So let me just pause here for a second, give you guys the opportunity to ask questions. And this is, of course, my... a great time for me to just draw your attention to the chat. We have a goal of, 5 supers for today. We're going to look to see if we can get 5 super chats for today just to help fund the channel and, to help keep me doing what I'm doing here. If you find it helpful, that's great. If you want to be even more helpful than the super chats, I encourage you to become a member of my Patreon channel, Biblical Languages and Literature, where members of the comprehensive Hebrew and Aramaic tier for $12 a month gain access to my entire library, completely unabridged videos, and it's the videos number in the hundreds at this point. Hebrew, Arabic, various dialects of Aramaic, biblical texts in the original, sometimes dealing with the Greek. And so it really is an advanced level education that you get for $12 a month. Not a bad deal, right? At least I think so anyway. All right, enough with the self-promotion here. Let's get to it. So in order to say hello, we said literally we're going to be saying peace to you, okay? And I'll explain the letters in a little bit, so don't worry about trying to read that. Okay, but at least you're getting to see it. So shlama is how we say peace in Aramaic, and it also means hello. On its own, it means hello. So you can just say to anybody, a group of people, doesn't matter the gender, you can just say shlama, and it means hello. Okay, shlama. Now notice, those of you who've studied Biblical Aramaic, what you're going to find with Chaldean, with Neo-Aramaic, and with other dialects of Aramaic is that the stress on the words is different than it is in Biblical Aramaic. When one reads Biblical Aramaic, it is printed in our Hebrew Bibles. Hebrew Bibles, oh my word, I can't talk. I'm getting ahead of myself. All right. I'll give you guys fodder for jokes, right? In the Hebrew Bibles, okay, with Tiberian cantillation marks. The Tiberian Masoretes added cantillation marks, and in those manuscripts, the stress on Aramaic words comes at the end of the word, typically. Okay, typically comes at the end of the word. Okay, so what we're going to find in Neo-Aramaic and Chaldean is that a lot of times, oftentimes, the stress is retracted one syllable. And we'll see that later on, how that works out in practice. In future lessons, we'll compare, Biblical Aramaic pronunciation, which is, really Tiberian pronunciation, with what do we call it? With Chaldean, okay? All right, now, going back to the lesson here, the lesson notes. So shlama means peace. On its own, it means hello, and it can mean goodbye too. All right, but the full form of hello will be peace to you. Peace to you, okay? And you can see down here that to say to you, we're going to have a masculine singular form, a feminine singular form, and a plural form. So masculine singular, feminine singular, and plural. In Chaldean, there are no neuter forms. So every noun and adjective and verb will be masculine or feminine. Sometimes you will have common forms with verbs, for instance, which will be common to both genders. Or the word ana, for instance, ana, which means I, just like in Arabic, will be common to both genders, but it's not neuter. We would say that that's common, okay? All right, so we've got, here we go. So we've got, the first one, which is going to be illuch, illuch. Then for the feminine singular, it'll be illach, illach. And in the plural, ilochun, ilochun. And we'll go through these one by one and break them down and all of that. But now you've at least seen all this. So hopefully by the end of this lesson, you will be able to recognize every letter used to write these phrases. So we're not doing the whole alphabet today. We're only doing the letters that are relevant for for this lesson. You're going to be able to read the words, okay, in Chaldean. Okay, you're going to be able to pronounce them correctly. And then finally, you'll be able to understand masculine, feminine, singular, and plural forms, okay? And it's a modest goal, but it's sufficient. It's sufficient for a first lesson. Okay, so our first word, let's start it here. Okay, we have shlama, shlama, shlama. And there are four letters. There are four letters that we're going to need. So the first one is shin. Shin. And you will recognize that from Hebrew and Arabic. Okay? Shin. Okay? And you have to use your imagination a little, but the sheen, you can kind of see how it might sort of be related to the Hebrew or the Arabic, depending on how you've learned to write them. Okay, so sheen is the first one. The second one is lemeth, lemeth. Okay, and we're going to spell that out, Lamadh, lemeth. Okay, Lamadh. It's not important that you learn the names of the letters right now. Okay. We just want to know what sound they make. Okay. So we've got sheen. That's our first one. Okay. Sheen. And then we've got lameth, lameth, which is going to make an L sound. Okay. Like in lovely. Okay, it's so lovely that you're all here.